Hello fellow Giga Pack and welcome back to the Isle. This time I have another guide for you. It's a Giga guide. Yay! So in this guide I will just discuss the strengths and lots of good parts of the Giga. Let's start with the normal stats. He has a base speed of 40. That's one of the best in game. I think it's only topped by the Dilo, and it weighs 6.45 tons. You can also see that the Giga has a pretty good turn, but the really good turn is the short turn. It's one of the fastest struts in the game, and it's almost as good as the Z turn, and that's how you should almost only use your normal short turn if you want to get rid of tail riders, if you don't use a left side hitbox. So in the first side I will show you how to take down the Spino as Giga. So the Giga has 700 bite force. That's more than 3 times than the Spino's bite force, so you can just run into it, bite twice and run out of it. I can show you. So I just ran, bite 2 times, run away, and again, and just go on. But if the Spino comes and tries to run to outrun you with this ambush, you just need to turn, and then he needs to turn too, so you will probably get loss of his ambush. That will help you not to get tail rided and don't get that many bites. So you can see every time I go through him I instantly turn, because when I turn instantly the Spino will turn instantly too, so the ambush isn't that long and you don't get that many bites in. This suit is a little bit annoying, but never mind. So, and the good thing is that a Giga is faster than a Spino in normal run and shot, so if he doesn't run behind you with ambush, you can easily outrun him. So I just go on with the double bites and soon he will die. So easy you can even take down a Spino as a Giga. This can be one of the tricky fights, but if you know it and do it correctly, it's actually pretty easy. So then let's go on. Rex. Oh, Rex is so annoying as Giga. The problem with Rex is that he has bone break and is a little bit faster than Giga, but the ambush of the Giga holds way longer than the ambush of the Rex, so that's a good thing. The only strategy I found in Giga with Rex fights is when he ambushes you, you need to run and turn at the same time. Sadly this didn't work yet, so he can just run through me and bite me, but I will show you a replay soon that we will just see that this tactic actually works. You only need to time it correctly. Yeah, as expected I just died there, but I think it isn't a shame to die to a Rex as a Giga. So this is now the replay that shows us how to win against a Rex as Giga. Against the Rex as Giga. So I just ran away with my ambush. Sadly I was too early, but never mind. So second try, he has his ambush probably ready. So he could just ambush me, but good for me, he didn't notice. So now I just need to wait till he ambushes me. So now I can just outturn him, as you see, and wait, I just pause. In this situation you saw that as he went for me and I had gone around him, I didn't only use my Z turn or my run turn, because the normal trot turn had the best guarantee to go to his butt. So in that case I actually just went 95% in my trot turn, and then I tail rided him to death. you can tail ride Rex pretty quickly because you aren't that much slower, and yeah. So Trike, you first try to bait a few stomps, or try to bait a stomp, then you get 2 or 3 bites in, and then you just need to make the bleed speak for you. So I just get a few more bites in. Sadly I made a mistake there, so I got hit by a stomp by a few headbutts, but he's max speed, and I think I'm not completely max speed yet, but let's see if it is better now. So I just want to bait the Trike. So if he 3 calls back, I can just run through him and get 3 bites. Every time a Trike or something else 3 calls or calls, it's a free bite for you. So this is every time worth it. You make a bit you make noise, and you can get spotted by other predators if you hunt down a Trike and are wounded, but I think it's still worth it to bait a call. So now I just need to wait and be patient. That's the key when you play Giga, patient. So this is now just walking around and hoping that the Trike bleeds out before I bleed out. But he should bleed out before I bleed out, because the bleed of the Giga is much better than the bleed of the Trike. And the Trike's normal heal is worse than Giga's normal heal too, so you can go in a heal fight with the Trike if you need to. You will go on top every time. You won't go on top if the Trike has like 3 headbutts and only 1 bite, but if you have like 2 bites in, the Trike 3 headbutts, you should be good. But in normal cases you run through a Trike, hit twice if you bite at the correct times, and then the Trike should bleed out. Sadly, I made a mistake at the beginning, so I just went into the turn battle with the Trike. What you should never do as a Giga. This will work to 95. This won't work to 95%. So I would recommend you just run through him. Maybe bait a stomp if he stomps. Go around him. Make 2 bites. And if you want to do it a little quicker, but you will have a bit more damage at the end, you can run 1 more time through him, get 3 or 4 bites in. So, as you saw, the Trike just chased me. And you can use it when the Trike chases you, because then the Trike has double, twice of the bleed he has before. And that's why, because if you run, the bleed doubles, and the short turn for Giga is almost as fast as the Trike's run, so you can just trot away, and if it gets near you, run a bit further, and then you just go into a normal trot again, and this way the Trike only makes your normal bleed resistance. So at that point I just tried to bait another stomp. Sadly it didn't work, but you can try. It was maybe it was a bit risky because I'm end screen with 2 bleed drops, but no risk, no fun. So now I just run again. This replay is maybe not the best, but maybe you can learn from it, but please don't do the mistakes I did, because there I took another hit. So now I just need to wait. The Trike, it isn't the best Trike player, but it isn't a bad one, as I can tell you. Okay, now he sat down. Now run, and hope that sadly the broken hitbox hit me once again at the end, but as you see, I won. And it isn't very hard to kill Trike Giga. So now on to the next battle. Shant is a little bit like Trike. First you try to run into it maybe, and then maybe try to bait a stomp. But most of the time you will just try to tail ride a Shant. You need to be a bit careful with the slide the Giga has. The Giga has a small slide, not as bad as the Allos, but still you need to be careful. As you see, sometimes I just stop so that I don't run into the stomp. If he just randomly stops and stomps. Oh, now I was too near his legs, that stomp. So I just turned. Little tip, if the if the Shant tail rides you with his sprint turn, you only need to use your trot turn. Never use your Z-turn. This will be your end, because if you use your Z-turn when the Shant tail rides you with his run turn, it is like 99% that he will still can tail ride you. So the Shant laid down. You need to be careful. The Shant can immediately attack if he stands up with a stop and headbutt. So as you can see, I ran straight on him, that he maybe wastes some stamina, and then I just go around him. So there I made a little mistake. I didn't realize it quickly enough, so I got a few hits in, but as you can see, I just turned with my trot turn and easily got out of the tail ride. Now it's just follow and tail ride to death, and as you can see, it isn't hard to kill a Shant as Giga if you know what you're doing. Oh, hello Rex. Yeah, you can finish me off. It isn't very... I don't care if you finish me off. So, now on to the last battle. Kamara. Kamara is one of the easiest battle, I must say. Why? Kamara is really vulnerable to bleed. It only heals 0.5 bleed every minute. So you just need to face tank the Kamara for, I don't know, 2 to 3 bites. But you need to run off as soon as you see that you turn into a third screen. Now you just need to wait and let the Kamara bleed out. If the Kamara goes onto a cliff or a wall or something like this and lays there down, you need to be careful. It can attack when it lays down and when it stands up. So now you can see it just tail swipes, even though it's in the animation. I got another bite in, so he should be... I don't know if he's already max speed or right before max speed, but he has a lot of bleed that's already enough to bleed him out. But you just now walk, and if he lays down, bite his throat. And when he stomps, you just go around him and get 1, 2 or 3 bites in. It depends how early you can get his back. So as you see, he lays down again, and I go for the throat. In that way you can react early enough to prevent the stomp and go around him quickly enough to get a few bites if he stomps. And you can't get hit with the tail swipe in that way. As you see, he stomps again, so I bite his tail now because I didn't want to turn that much, that I didn't get a stomp in, because the stomp can one-shot you if it hits your head. So now again, for the throat, turn, back. This is a good example for Kamara. It doesn't do it right. As Kamara, you only want to follow a Giga, so it can't bite you, because these are just 3 bites. Now I just need to be patient and don't get hit. If a Kamara stomps, it is good to know that it doesn't drain any stamina of him. So if he stomps, he can stomp unlimited times, not like the Shant or the Trike. So this is a little bit broken. As you can see, he's already pretty hurt and should die in a few seconds or bites. Depends how he plays. Another thing that you need to be careful about the Camara is that he does damage if he runs at you. So if you're in a Camara that runs, you take, I don't know how much it is, I think it's somewhere between 200 and 300 raw bite force or damage. So you really need to be careful about that. But if you just bite his tail or his throat, that isn't really a problem. So as you can see, Camara isn't really a threat to a Giga if you do it right. I think the main part that is pretty difficult is the starting part where you need to face tank it. But this is the end of the video. I hope you have a nice day, nice week, nice year, and a nice life. See ya!